You're listening to The Howard Stern Show.
Damn right, and you're having a good time.
Howard Stern.
Let me bring in Gilbert Gottfried. Gilbert Gottfried is in the video Aladdin and the King of Thieves. He plays a parrot.
He's with Robin Williams.
Yeah, his career is pretty much doing cartoons. He used to be a very successful comic, and now just is pretty much just doing cartoons, right?
Boy, if I could only do Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, that would have been big.
Yeah.
The great Gilbert Gottfried, who is very funny. He knows it.
Yes.
He knows you know it. You're not playing anywhere? You're just plugging the tape?
Just the tape.
Really? Are you like a cartoon guy now?
Yeah, I'm like Mel Blanc.
Yeah. Except you do the same voice in every cartoon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always this voice. You never try to, like, develop a character voice.
I did the same voice in Ren and Stimpy and Duckman.
And you don't even know the names of the cartoons. Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy.
Right. It's
Ren
Ren.
and Sammy.
Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
You don't even care what the name of the cartoon. You just do it.
I go, I get my check, I leave.
Right. You want to get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to make a living in show business.
Yes.
Okay, I understand that. That's fair enough.
Have you given up stand-up because the cartoons have become so lucrative?
I'll be going back to Caroline soon.
Yeah.
In October, I think.
As soon as the money runs out. And you're getting laid regular or no?
Oh, almost as much as that dwarf.
He puts. Isn't that guy great? Did you see him?
Yes, I saw him.
We're gonna put him in a Superman costume for his date because he's so loaded. You don't know what he's doing.
You're gonna put him in that carriage in the Superman
costume. Because we're filming it for E. Speaking of E, watch tonight. If you like the porn star Jenna Jameson, beautiful girl.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, she's on with. Like you don't know every one of her films.
That sounds familiar.
Jenna Jameson.
Yeah, I got her entire catalog. She's on with her dad, and she gets her dad laid. Oh, you got to see this tonight.
Yeah, he steals her girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Who do you think gets laid more, that dwarf or Gilbert?
I'd say the dwarf.
No,
you think Gilbert's getting laid?
Yeah, Gilbert puts on a character in here, but women go nuts for him. I've seen it.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, Hank's in a Superman costume. You want to see it?
Okay.
Yeah. He's an angry, drunken dwarf. I mean,
Gilbert, doesn't he make you feel good? You tower over him.
Yes. Yeah, we'll let Gilbert stand next to him. Let me see Hank. Hank, let me see. Hey, you look great. Hey, that's Gilbert Gottfried, by the way.
You hold him up and make him fly.
Gilbert, stand next to Hank.
Put the line over this dais. They won't notice that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, that's legal.
Yeah. No one's going to notice.
Right. He's in the Superman.
Yeah.
All right, Hank, go out on your date. You got a beautiful black girl out there.
Fly out of here.
Fly out.
Fly out.
All right, thanks, Hank.
I'll bust somebody's ass.
Okay. Gilbert doesn't even know you. Get away from him.
All right, go away from Gilbert. All right.
So that line of tape is going to stop a little soon.
Yeah. You know how they're litigious, the Superman people?
Yes.
Hey, stops bullets.
Yes.
All right, go ahead, Hank. Go ahead. Hank the dwarf, the angry dwarf, was drunk.
Take it out.
Thank you.
Hey.
What is it with Hank's fingernails?
Nice
hey, Hank, how come your fingernails are so long?
I never cut them.
What?
I said I never cut them.
Okay. I thought maybe there was something going on
there. Is there a reason for it?
I don't cut my toenails either. I just let them break.
Thank you. You look like Mighty Mite. All right. You'll see it on E. It's a great visual.
You know, he's got the hair all over and everything, and then the nails are filed.
Yeah.
That's very.
Gilbert didn't want to meet Hank. You had a whole phobia about meeting Hank.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna. I was anticipating the smell of it.
Right.
I didn't think I was ready in the morning.
Yeah. Hey, John, try and hold him up like he's flying.
Put him on the desk.
Yeah, put him on the desk and make believe.
Have his hands extended.
Yeah. So seriously, every dwarf is angry, you know.
Why they would be angry? I have no idea.
I mean, you don't blame me, but on top of that, the guy had a quart of vodka last night and was drinking a beer now.
What do you be angry about?
And he was drinking Mad Dog, whatever that is.
And somehow or other, he thinks he's in the same business as Gilbert.
Yeah. And then he comes in Superman outfit, and E put a black piece of tape over the S, just like a little thin strip, so that it wouldn't be a lawsuit.
He's either Superman or Money Man. Right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
If I wore a hat and said, "Oh, no one's going to know I'm Gilbert."
Yeah. No one would know you're Gilbert.
Yes, it would.
We saw when you went to the hospital, nobody knew who you were.
Geez.
All right, listen, don't bring that up. Gilbert Gottfried.
That's a bad memory.
Gilbert calls me up. He's in the hospital. I hope the New York Post doesn't run it on the front page that I'm sick. Please don't announce it on the air. And then a month later, he's calling up. Could you announce on the air that I'm sick? Nobody seems to care.
I'm calling the Jewish Forward.
Gilbert Gottfried, Aladdin, the King of Thieves is available on video now. Check it out. Kids do love it.
Yes, and Robin Williams is back as the genie.
Two of the most annoying guys on the planet, Robin Williams and Gilbert Gottfried, teamed together for this incredible video.
But as cartoons, they're easier to take.
Right. Yeah, people like Gilbert as a cartoon. You're a parrot, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, babe.
With a big, giant nose.
Yeah,
right.
Well, it's a Jew part.
Jew parrot.
Yeah, it's a Jew parrot.
Anti-Semitic. All right, let's go to some news. Gilbert loves doing the news. He likes to comment on things. Yes.
Because I know a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you've been sitting in that room watching TV, haven't you?
Yes.
Gilbert's afraid of midgets.
What, does he think they'll suck his talent out or something?
Absolutely, the guy was going to beat you up.
Yeah, he was... He kind of reminded me of Dr. Lovelace in Wild Wild West.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Michael Dunn.
Very small but very evil.
Right.
Last night was the last night of the Republican convention, Howard, and Bob Dole wrapped it up with the speech of a lifetime. Here are some excerpts.
I bet your Comedy Central was there doing, irreverent things.
Oh, yes, they had their take on it, I'm sure. Here's Bob Dole on education and the unions representing teachers.
Okay.
If education were a war, you would be losing it.
Yeah, so.
If it were a business, you would be driving it into bankruptcy.
Yeah.
If it were a patient, it would be dying.
Yeah.
And
right.
to the teachers' union, I say, when I'm president, I will disregard your political power for the sake of the parents, the children, the schools, and the nation.
There's nothing you can do. I mean, schools were real bad in our parents' generation, but kids learned anyway. It's up to the students and the parents to get them motivated.
It wasn't that the schools were bad.
Right.
They just had nothing. And then we got all these schools with all this stuff and nobody's learning anything.
And the reason is because the parents are so bad and the kids suck. I understand, Al Franken.
Contributing to it.
Al Franken was on the convention floor doing his irreverent comedy for Comedy Central. Heard he was a big bore.
Yeah.
You friends with him?
No, I met him once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He
was
Gilbert's
nice.
not
He
friends
liked
with
Problem
anybody.
Child.
Oh, he did?
So,
then he's a good guy.
So I gotta like him.
Yeah, he's okay. He's funny and stuff, but,
Here's Bob Dole on age.
Age has its advantages. Let me be the bridge to an America that only the unknowing call myth. Let me be the bridge to a time of tranquility, faith, and confidence in action. And to those who say it was never so, that America's not been better, I say you're wrong. And I know because I was there, and I have seen it, and I remember.
Oh, boy. What?
He also said last night that he had a talk with another Republican before making this speech.
Abraham Lincoln.
He had a talk with another Republican?
Yeah.
By the way, I spoke to President Reagan this afternoon.
Oh, yeah. President Reagan was in a woman's dress on the Long Island Expressway trying to flag down cars. She didn't know who he was talking to. Who's this? What?
I could be talking to Reagan right
Am
now.
I married to you?
And I made him a promise that we would win.
Yeah, Reagan thought Bob Dole was Betsy Ross.
Yeah.
You made the flag, right?
One more for the Gipper. Are you ready?
The Gipper? Who's that?
And, of course...
Then I dressed him as Batman. Then I pulled his pants around his ankles and brought him out into Times Square.
We goof on him.
Yes, I shoved a carrot in his nose. And I put him in a thong and made him dance on a car.
Reagan's fun now.
Yeah, Reagan is more fun than he ever was.
I made him eat bugs. I peed on his head. I did everything to him.
And then we played checkers with the toaster.
I told him there was a grizzly bear chasing him, and he ran. I kept telling him there was a bug on his head, and he would start slapping himself.
All right, enough.
Okay. Get him to stop. You were funny like 3 seconds ago.
I know.
Can we send on a downer?
Yeah.
Let's milk it.
Yeah.
One too many times. And Bob Dole says he'll be the toughest president on crime.
Really?
Oh.
And as our many and voracious criminals go to bed tonight at, say, 6 in the morning, they had better pray that I lose this election.
I'm praying, too. Believe me, we're all praying.
I win. the lives of violent criminals.
If I win, I'll get rid of the Howard Stern show. I'll take away the right of free speech. I'll get the religious right on my team.
The movies and the TV.
And you girls, when you spread your legs, if you get pregnant, tough luck.
Are going to be held.
There's going to be hell to pay. And we're going to all listen to that little round-headed, moony-looking guy, Ralph Reed, that religious nut.
And, of course, Jack Kemp, who is his running mate, gave a speech as well. So here's a little bit of Jack Kemp. But it really wasn't his night.
It wasn't?
Well, no, it's Bob Dole's night.
Oh. I thought it was my night. I got to go to bed unscathed without being yelled at by my wife.
My friends, we are a nation of immigrants, and as the former president of Notre Dame University, Father Theodore Hesburgh said, the reason we have to close the back door of illegal immigration is so that we can keep open the front door of legal immigration.
Sometimes I think I'm so stupid because I never know what these guys are saying. But I realize I don't think they do either. And are they living on a different planet? Like, they know guys like Brother Theodore, the coach of Notre Dame.
Somebody.
And I'm such a homo, I don't know anybody. I don't know any football coaches.
No, I know nothing about sports.
Yeah.
Here's a little bit of the party music once again. They started singing or playing Stars and Stripes once the balloons all started to descend and the actual coronation of Bob Dole as their nominee was complete.
I'd like to put Gilbert in one of those giant balloon hats that all those guys wear. These people look genuinely happy when this stuff goes on. That's why I think I'm not a human being. I never feel this kind of happiness. I know. Why don't I experience this kind of happiness?
I never know what they're so enthusiastic about.
What?
Why are they so enthusiastic?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I never feel happiness.
It's either drugs or booze.
You think they're all loaded?
Or pretending.
Yeah. They gotta be high.
Because you can't have a good time to this music.
I know. You think I'd be happy? I'm number one in Washington this morning, and I'm number one everywhere, and I got a movie coming out.
Stop it.
How come I should be jumping around in big balloon hats? I'm not. I don't understand it.
And here's a little more of the convention party music. Play number 15.
Number 15? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Skipping all around. Keeping me on my toes, I'll tell you that. Is Dole dancing and stuff? Yay, oh, yay, yay, oh. Is that Buster Poindexter? And who are they singing? What is Dole doing during this? Is his arm waving?
His pinky is moving. He got so excited.
His pinky moved.
His pinky started to twitch.
I wish I could get into this. I hear this, I want to die.
I'm shocked that they're still doing
What? I can't hear you.
I'm shocked that they weren't doing the Macarena. Hot, hot, hot was a few years ago.
Yeah. Well, those are Republicans.
On the party circuit.
I'd be worried about people bumping into me over there.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
They're touching me.
Yeah.
All smelly drunks with their big giant balloon hats.
Like, they're going to want to talk to me.
Right.
Like, yeah.
At least Gilbert is as miserable as I am.
I don't go to things like that. I think it's pretend fun.
I like to go to like a convention like that and just pull girls' bra straps.
Well, now you're talking.
Yeah.
Now you're talking fun.
Now you got an activity.
One time I went to a convention and I did that, and some guy, this big bouncer, threw me in a closet and kept me locked in there for 20 minutes. That ever happened to you?
That happened to you too?
No.
That happened to Gilbert once.
Gangster rappers Tupac Shakur and Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Well, hello there. Hello, Tupac. Snoop Doggy.
Well, you got 2 packs. I got a 1 pack right here.
Gilbert, let me get the story out before you start doing them.
Give me something to riff on. Yes?
They were out in Los Angeles yesterday urging their fans to go to the polls in November and vote no to Proposition 209 in California.
Well, what's that?
California Civil Rights Initiative.
Now, hold on there.
Would abolish all state affirmative action programs. Rappers and other entertainers have been enlisted by the Los Angeles Brotherhood Crusade to help defeat CCRI. Here's Tupac Shakur.
All right, getting political.
CCRI.
We got 6 million. Snoop got 4 million. Dogtown got 3 million. And we keep going. That means we represent that many votes. If we can represent that many votes, we got to let these politicians be scared of us.
Yeah,
that means every time we drop something...
Someone ought to tell them black people don't like to vote that much.
Somebody ought to also tell them that some of the same people who bought Snoop's record bought his record and the Dog Pound record. So, no, they aren't representing that many votes.
I think they're representing about 50 million votes.
All right. Every time y'all call for it, we gonna come.
I listened to his word.
I don't know what he said.
Now, what's his proposition?
I haven't been propositioned in a while.
Yes.
So anyway,
The CCR, how do you spell that? Hey, I don't need that educated. How do you spell this CCR?
Well, what else is in the news, Robin?
In San Diego, they had an incident that occurred that really didn't have anything to do with the convention, but because it was happening in San Diego, it got reported on. A student who was upset about some of his grades in his graduate work walked into a classroom and started shooting yesterday.
Did he kill anyone?
I think so. I wish I could find the story.
Check. He what? Well, I heard he was angry about his thesis being rejected or something, and then he just went in and shot everyone up.
Well, as long as
it wasn't rejected. They said he was angry because it takes so long for them to get a chance to show their thesis.
Oh, you mean he was anxious to have his work reviewed?
Yeah, they only let one guy a month go or something. That's what they said.
Oh, he didn't like his placement.
He finally got
line.
his turn. He killed him.
Well, that day he wasn't ready. He was ready a week before. Guess he was over-prepared.
Yeah, I got a news story for you.
Wait a minute. I'm looking for this one.
Let me tell you this while you're looking. Remember the woman who turned me into the FCC, Ann Stommel?
Mm-hmm.
She's running for city council. She wants to come on the air and tell us about it.
You're kidding.
No.
Why does she want to come on these airwaves?
Yeah. Hey, Ann, no offense. You turned me in.
Why would we let you do this?
You turned me into the FCC and caused me hell. Why would I want to promote you?
Oh, you're not promoting me at all. You're talking about politics.
I'm hoping you don't win, I'll tell you that.
Okay, I just want to let you know I'm running for the Borough Council in Red Bank, where your friend Geraldo Rivera is trying to make changes.
Really?
Yeah, he's making Red Bank into hip town on the World Wide Web. But I'm running on the New Jersey Conservative Party.
I figured that.
Your readers your listeners out there would like to know we have an alternative to the Democrat and Republican parties.
Well, let's hope not.
Huh?
I hope you don't win. I pray to God and Jesus Christ that you don't win.
Well, I'm sure.
If there's a God, you won't win.
Okay, so long. You didn't win in New York either. Goodbye.
Are you still listening, Ann?
Still monitoring me and reporting me to the FCC? Jesus Christ.
Amazing. Anyway, murder in San Diego State University. Authorities say a 36-year-old graduate engineering student gunned down 3 professors yesterday. 3 others in the room were unhurt. Frederick Davison opened fire 5 minutes after the faculty committee had gathered to hear him defend his thesis.
Isn't it great to be a teacher? You get paid nothing, and then whack those students, just kill you?
He was arrested immediately after the shooting. Authorities say he dropped his gun and surrendered when authorities approached. A college worker who knows Davidson suggests he may have been frustrated by how slowly his thesis work was progressing.
As you're dying, you got to be thinking to yourself, Jesus Christ, I went into this business because it was safe. I want to just be an academic. I didn't want to be out in the real world. I didn't
even want to have to compete. So
yeah.
I went into academia.
Yeah, I just want to sit there and listen to a few theses, go home, bang my wife, and go to sleep. Yeah. That's all I want to do in life.
And this is like an intelligent student. That's the other part.
Those are the ones you got to be afraid of.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ones who come over from Vietnam.
Yeah.
The real bright ones. Is he from Vietnam?
Frederick Davidson sounds like a Vietnamese.
Sounds like it to me. That's what they name him. They can't tell. Let me take a break, Rob, and we'll finish the news. Gilbert Gottfried's here. By the way, he wants you to remember that Aladdin and the King of Thieves is available on video now. He stands to make a great deal of money if you buy that. And Disney really cut him in for a big piece of the action.
Yes, I got a point and everything.
All right, Gilbert Gottfried, everybody.
More to come when the Howard Stern Show returns in a moment. 97.1 The Eagle.
Uh-oh.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
And Gilbert Gottfried, the star of Aladdin and the King of Thieves, a cartoon where Gilbert is a parrot. He's great.
Fun of Gilbert?
Gilbert had dreams of being a big star. It's great. Wow, how exciting. Hey, I'm a parrot.
I never thought about what Gilbert wanted to be when he got into this business.
A parrot.
I'm one notch above Scooby-Doo.
Right.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Casey Kasem.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Even Casey Kasem. Hey, here's some guy on the phone says he was at a party with Gilbert. Gilbert goes to all those movie parties, premiere parties.
Is that right? But they never report on him.
No, he says Gilbert's a racist, but we know that. Yeah, is this Clint?
Yeah, wait a minute. I didn't call him a racist. Well, I said I don't mind him making fun of black people. Don't be afraid of us, okay? a couple of my friends and I went up to like, say hi to him, and he had like he was going to, like, mug him or something.
A group of black people.
Yes.
You know, they don't come sneaking up on Gilbert.
Yeah. Who's sneaking up on him? He was walking in our direction. We just decided to say, you know, there go Gilbert Gottfried. It was not long ago that...
Gottfried. Well, whatever.
What's the difference?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
You're lucky someone recognizes you.
Yeah, I know. Very few people remember your name.
I'm always excited when black people recognize me.
Why become a celebrity if you don't want people to approach you?
No, Gilbert's afraid of his own shadow. And he sees black guys. You probably thought they were going to beat you up, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
In the world of entertainment, people will approach you. You shouldn't be afraid of that, man.
I've seen them come over to me. I'm afraid they'll beat me up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think...
beat you up. What you do to them?
Dude, you're a strong black man. He's a weak Jewish guy. He didn't know. He doesn't know you're not going to beat him up. All right, please. That's ridiculous. Okay, let's get back to the news.
I react like every white person.
The funniest thing in here, Gary came in and he said... He's sitting at his desk making phone calls. So all of a sudden he turns around and Hank the Midget's in a Superman costume just running around behind him screaming, "Where's the black chick?" And he's got the little tiny cape and he's running around in the halls.
He's running around barefoot.
Barefoot in a Superman outfit. This place is like a 3-ring circus. I got to get out of here. Yeah, it really is an effed up place.
And Jackie was peeing next to him.
Yeah, Jackie was in the bathroom peeing next to a midget in a Superman costume.
He was in the stall.
Yeah.
He was in the stall.
Did he actually go to the urinal?
I walked in and I just, you know, you see something out of the side of your eye, and I look and there's nothing there, and then I look down and the Superman was urinating in the stall.
Did he have shoes?
Up over the sink. No, he's in his socks.
He's in his socks?
His white socks.
Yeah. We said we should let him do the news. You know, first I said, hey, he should sit in on the news. We said, no, he should do the news. That's the way it should be. What?
I'm not sure if he's still here anymore.
No, I don't want him in here. He's just an angry dwarf.
You're scared, Gilbert.
I do want him in here?
You can't tell if he's here or not.
I mean, I know it's radio, but just if you could see him for 5 seconds, you'd probably fall off your chair.
I saw him in the Superman costume. He was in here before. He met Gilbert.
It's just something about it.
What, he caught you by surprise, right?
I was sitting in my chair. I thought he was gone. Next thing, he's in a Superman outfit. He's completely unaware that he's got it on. He goes, hey, where's that black chick?
That's nothing. Stuttering John had him propped up on a desk, and we took the camera and made it look like he was flying. Had him like his arms and legs straight out.
Oh, he looked as good as the original.
Yeah. Anyway, you were saying in the news, Robin.
Dr. Jack Kevorkian has struck again. He and an associate dumped off a body of a Massachusetts woman at a hospital late last night.
I'm going to send him to my parents' house next.
He has done this about 35 times now. Here is, where's that guy? Dr. Mitchell Garfield will tell us about the woman that was brought in.
42-year-old white female was brought in by Dr. Kevorkian. And
perfectly healthy. Her husband just had to get rid of her.
Dr. Redding at 1107, the Pontiac Osteopathic Hospital. She was pronounced at a 11:13 p.m.
What hospital? Pentecostal?
I don't know. You were hitting the button so much. I don't know what it was.
The Pentecostal.
The woman suffered from chronic fatigue syndrome.
I suffer from that.
So it is. It's getting, now it used to be terminal illness.
This is a woman who was tired.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, let's get real.
Chronic fatigue syndrome.
Basically, if you're a little groggy in front of him.
Yeah. You better not be taking a nap in front of this guy. He'll just put you out.
You know, you used to just lie down on the couch, take a short nap, and feel better.
Her husband was there.
Of course. By the way, my wife suffers from chronic fatigue.
Yeah.
Dr. Kevorkian.
My wife's got a dread disease. Can you kill her?
Hey, don't complain to that guy. Imagine you go to him, you don't know he's Dr. Kevorkian, you think he's just like a, general practitioner going, Dr. Kevorkian, thank you. My eyes hurt a little bit. Okay, lay down on the table, pick one of these 3 tubes, these vials. We're going to kill you. I mean, you know, maybe now he's gone too far.
See, this is what I said was the problem
got a point.
all along. His contention is that if somebody wants to die, he should be able to help them, regardless of why they want to do it.
I'm sleepy all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I really am. I'm tired. Taking naps all day and night.
Just don't nod off at his house.
Right.
An Air Force major who was accused of conduct unbecoming to an officer because she had been accused of being in a lesbian affair has been acquitted by a jury, Howard.
Vague.
They say he is not guilty of sodomy. The woman had been accused by a civilian of having an affair with her. When this woman, Pamela Dillard, took the stand to testify against the major, she claimed that they had had a live-in relationship. She gave graphic details of their sex life. She said it was great, it was intense, and it was very good.
It must be weird to salute a queer.
She says they had an intense emotional and physical relationship going on.
Right? She's one of them female faggots.
Major Deborah Meeks claimed that the relationship...
She wasn't too meek around Coogie.
And her lawyers contended that the bringing of charges violated the military's don't ask, don't tell ruling.
Yeah. Sergeant Tuna Face. Well, hey, I believe that anybody should be able to serve in the military. Right. I'm all for homosexuals in the military.
I'm for faggots.
Yeah.
Fighting faggots.
Let them all fight.
The United States fighting faggots.
That's your squadron.
How are we supposed to beat the Arabs with all these faggots?
The fighting faggots.
Put them all in the military.
Fighting faggots to WW2.
Oh, can you imagine that VFW troop?
There was a whole battalion of faggots. We took them out in one fell swoop.
I was a proud sergeant of the fighting faggots. The horrible homos, they call us.
Yeah, every foxhole is an orgy.
Nobody wanted to see those homos coming.
Right.
The
battalion of butt blasters.
All right, easy. Okay. You're always going too far.
Always that one.
Yeah, right. It's like you did it, you were funny, and then you keep going.
Pope John Paul II. He's in a peculiar position. He's getting.
Was he bent over a chair?
No. He's 76 years old, and every time he gets so much as a cough, the death watch starts.
Right.
Yeah, call Kevorkian over.
Where's Kevorkian?
Oh, okay, let's kill him.
Because he wears that fag hat.
So the other day he had some stomach problems and couldn't do a mass he was supposed to do, so everybody was immediately, where's the pontiff, what's wrong with him, how's he doing? So now they have announced that he's feeling fine today. In fact, he's so well that he's going to go ahead with scheduled trips to Hungary and France next month.
And Fire Island.
So anyway, doctors said that he had a slight little illness yesterday, and they were concerned it might be related to a tumor he had removed in 1992, but it turned out not to be noteworthy.
Oh, it's terrible. Every time I get a cough or a chill, people think I will die. I will be the Pope for the next 10 years. The other day I had diarrhea. They tell me don't wear white. I wore white. Screw you all. To hell with you. Why, it's a dark and evil world that needs the forces of good against evil.
But it's a job you can only get out of by dying. So everybody's constantly watching you. Stop all that noise.
I am the Pope.
There's going to be a love and support rally for O.J. Simpson.
I will not be there.
To be followed by a Howard University forum on the criminal justice system. This was announced by some flyers that were being tacked up around Howard University. Some of the university officials say they don't know much about it. But the posters say that Simpson will be at an August 28th appearance at the Scripture Cathedral in Northwest.
Is there free food? Gilbert will go.
And have my picture taken with O.J.
Yep.
Topic of discussion will be, is there justice for black people in America?
I'd say so. Judging from the mountain of evidence against O.J., I would say yes.
The forum is being held by the Black Attorneys for Justice.
It's a good way to give it credibility to have O.J. there.
And you will be
But isn't he busy looking for the real killers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On golf courses all over the world.
Found them in the 9th hole.
The Reverend, the minister of the church, the Reverend C.L. Long, who says he's very happy.
I'm C.L. Long.
I'm happy to see the O.J. at the rally. Hallelujah.
That O.J. will be coming to the church. He said if O.J. desires to speak to the black community, the church is the best place to find him.
Of course. Why not embrace a mass murderer?
He said mostly he's had positive reaction to the fact that O.J.'s been invited. But he says he also has received a few crank calls.
No.
Posters for the August 28th event call it part of the Education, Friendship, and Goodwill Tour for our brother, O.J. Simpson.
Good way to embrace. That's a good message to send to kids.
And if this does well, we'll have another murderer next week.
Every week a different murderer, so all our brothers can come and help. Nothing better to do on our agenda than to embrace O.J. Holy cow.
Maybe we can get some psycho killer for our special holiday one.
Well, we would have had that Jeffrey Dahmer, but he's white and he's dead.
We don't approve of a white murderer.
We approve of the black murderer who murdered the white women.
Yeah. Holy mackerel.
We could get Larry Crackhead Davis if we play our card right and have a whole big symposium.
Of course, there were always reasonable doubts with O.J. See, they didn't. It's not a point of whether he was guilty or not guilty.
Right.
It was, the whole trial was whether there were reasonable doubts.
Right.
Now, there were reasonable doubts. Now, I do believe he did it. But you asked me not whether he did it or not.
No wonder you cringe when black people come to you. Then he goes out on the street and he's running from black people.
I have to.
Yeah, all right, thank you.
Some domestic violence activists are upset with James Brown.
Yeah.
The Retreat, a support group for victims of domestic violence, said it will not accept money from the event that was being at which James Brown was going to perform because of accusations Brown beat his wife. In fact, the organization says it wants to disassociate itself from the Back at the Ranch concert in Montauk on Monday. His reputation as a batterer is well known in the domestic violence community, they say, and even though it would have raised $10,000 for them, they feel his performing would be totally inappropriate to their given goals.
After James's wife died, he buried her, and he dug her up and beat her again.
He missed her.
He missed her. He loved her.
To break an old habit. Yeah.
Gary Nachman, the guy who runs WCBS Channel 2's news here in New York, he's resigning his job again.
He does that all the time.
This guy doesn't keep a job for very long.
We know this guy. He's the guy who hired me at NBC, Jerry. And he always does that. Like
I never understand what he's up to.
I don't know. He's a weird guy. He's got money. He's got a lot of money, and his wife's got a ton of money. So he takes jobs that he thinks are cool. He always wanted to be a general manager of our news station and stuff, and then he gets bored with it. Like he ran the New York Post for a while. Right. He's a real competent guy and everything, but he just gets bored with junk. And what he does, he gets them all fired up. He hires all new people, spends tons of money, and then he leaves.
Well,
it's weird.
He's doing it again. He now says he's going to develop syndicated shows for iMark, a unit of CBS formed in the wake of his company's merger, or that company's merger with Westinghouse.
That means he's not going to be doing anything. Got no programs.
Miserable Jew.
Oh.
Sorry. I just wanted to even it out.
All right.
Yeah.
Smart.
Oh, I see.
Now the blacks will love you.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, now I'll have a whole... I'll be invited to the OJ thing now.
It is the anniversary of the death of Elvis Presley.
These Jews, they get all these jobs, and the rest of us can't get any.
In his honor,
miserable, blood-sucking Jews.
One of his greatest hits. Here's Elvis.
Who killed Elvis? A Jew?
Love Me Tender.
All right. Love Me Tender from the Jew, Elvis Presley.
Love me tender,
He's incontinent.
never let me go.
Ow.
You have life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender.
Here's another Elvis hit.
They say we're young and we don't know. Won't find out until we fall. I got you and you got me, and I got you and you got I.
All right.
Now, everybody likes to talk about what Elvis used to eat. Here's a woman who used to cook for him.
Here's a woman Elvis used to eat.
No, this is a woman who cooked for him.
All right. This is Mary?
Talking about her first day on the job.
Mary Jenkins.
Yes.
That morning when I walked into the dining room, I spoke. I said, good morning. He said, good morning. I said, what are we going to have for breakfast this morning? He said, fried peanut butter and banana sandwich. And I looked at him. I said, what? He said, fried peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Because I like the way it comes out my underwear. Wow.
So that woman obviously had her work cut out for her. She's going to learn a lot of new recipes at the hands of Elvis.
Elvis was a fag.
Yeah, big fag. He fought in the battalion.
And finally this morning, you know how I always say that fireworks are dangerous? Well, they're even dangerous when you got experts shooting them off. An errant rocket during a fireworks show in southern Peru knocked a high-tension line into the crowd, killing 35 people. Some of the victims burst into flames as 10,000 volts surged through their bodies.
Who did it, a Jew?
The Jews.
The accident sent 42 people to the hospital with burns. It occurred just before midnight Wednesday as residents of the area were celebrating the 456th anniversary of the founding of the city. So
I hope
there
there's
you
video.
go. Can you imagine just bursting into flames?
Oh, for God's sake, no.
It'll be on America's Funniest Home Video.
Yeah, with Bob Saget doing a funny little voice in the background.
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Yeah, right.
Save us! We're burning!
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens.
That's what's happening.
No, that's what happens when you
That's what's happening.
use fireworks.
Well, that's what's happening there.
There you go.
Thanks, Robin.
It's all done.
Okay. Gilbert Gottfried, you are, well, you used to be a genius. I don't know about now. Now you just do cartoons. Used to be really funny.
You know, he used to be the comedian's comedian. Now who's he's the comedian?
Now Bob Saget's the comedian's comedian. Now all the comedians love to go watch Gilbert, and they learn from him. They sit at his feet.
And they steal from him.
They steal from him. I've yet to hear one person steal a thing from Gilbert. Now you're a parrot's parrot now. All the parrots love to listen to you. Gilbert Gottfried, congratulations on Aladdin and the King of Thieves. You're now into the cartooning world. Soon you'll be a circus clown.
Don't forget USA Up All Night.
Yeah, that's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
We're trying to forget that.
Yeah, I know.
No, Gilbert is great. If you ever see Gilbert live, it is incredible. Aladdin and the King of Thieves is available on video now. Gilbert, one of the funniest men in America, blah, blah, blah. Okay,
He
good.
makes a funny parrot, too.
And very funny parrot.
Very funny.
It's really fun to watch him and Robin Williams be out of control on a cartoon. Jackie Sergeant Pecker is nonstop filthy jokes. Jackie's greatest accomplishment. He recorded it in his basement and edited it all in his own basement. 78 wild minutes, only $12 plus $4 shipping and handling. Your career is going well. CD or cassette, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Why don't you make a comedy album and sell it over a 1-800 number?
Romantic songs from the parrot.
For dirty jokes and more, Sergeant Pecker info, visit Jokeland on the web at JackieJokeman.com. Do you have a website yet?
Yes, I'll be starting one.
You're going to start a
I'll
website?
have my own album, too.
Right.
A sailor's talking to a prostitute.
Let me take a break. I'll come back and do the rest of the plugs.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. More after this. 97.1 The Eagle. You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
And now the most important part of the show, the plug.
Be sure to see Dee Snider at CPI in the Hampton Bays tonight for a night of twisted sister music. Next weekend, next Saturday, August 24th, in Jericho, King Norris, Unplugged at the Long Island Brewing Corporation. Don't miss Steve the Gorilla hosting a hot tub party at Fantasies in Keyport, New Jersey, Thursday night, August 22nd. Fred the Elephant Boy tomorrow night at Bohemian Hall and Park in Astoria at 6 p.m. You can see, if you didn't hear him enough this morning, Hank the Angry Dwarf as Daniel Stretch Finnegan in Finnegan's Wake. And if you're planning a wedding or a party and you need a DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040.
That was a great week of radio, everyone, and we'll see you Monday.